Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. This is the Champions League Week 4, and it's a must-not-lose for so many of the teams. Now, remember, you're our third guest. We're going to do a three-team parlay. I've got Alex, I've got Tan. But if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we'll notify you. And then, instead of it being like maybe 2 hours later, we're going to be telling you that we're here at very early in the morning, 8:30 Eastern Time. I know it's midday or just after in Europe. So wherever you are, please enjoy. And also, if you press a link in the description, that will take you over to the articles where there'll be parlays, muchos parlays, big price parlays. And I look down at some of these games that we're going to cover. Parlays. You like parlays. And that's just Alex. Alex is like one of them dogs in a greyhound race at the traps. He's like raring to go. So
Monday's
settle yourselves in. Press the thumbs up while you're listening. We're going to start off. Welcome, Alex. Welcome, Tan. Alex, I look at some of these games and I see good value. But are they traps because the teams cannot afford to lose in week 4?
Huge values, and I don't think that they are traps, given the fact that many of the teams are fighting for the first spot, which is a lot better than the second position at the end of the group stage, because after that, on the knockout stages, they will be drawn against much poorer teams, let's say, than them. So the fight for the first place is always important in a Champions League. Let's have another good round of fixtures. In week 3, we killed it. We need a bounce back from the weekend action after the international break. So I think the Champions League is the perfect opportunity for us to get back on track.
Tan, I've got like about 13 or 14 games that we're going to go through. Obviously, some warrant a little bit more in-depth analysis than others. But when you look down these games, you see teams that are not travelling with their stars. But do they still get the job done?
Buongiorno to everybody.
Buongiorno
buongiorno to you, Flash. I know you just woke up like 20 minutes ago, which is basically, even if we have a 6 hours difference delay, actually it's even the same hour when I have woken up. It can be in some of the normal assets tricky round, but all in all, largely it is supposed to be exactly in the way it looks like. So if we are looking for some particularly big value, it could be too difficult to find it. It's one of those cases where the union makes the force. I don't know. This is the way we say in Italian. The union makes the force. The unity makes the force. So in this case, probably in this round 4, the largest part seems to be, and probably are predictable, and it is hard to find like the big buster that you can on which you can throw everything.
Okay, well, let's kick straight off then. We've got Krasnodar at home, plus 450. Plus 330 the draw, and Sevilla at minus 135. Sevilla mightily impressive over the weekend, Alex. We said that they'd score more than 1.5 goals. That was the bet of the weekend. Team total over 1.5, and they crushed it by scoring 4.
Yeah, they scored 4 an impressive win against Celta Vigo, 4-2, and also they look good in Champions League. 2 wins and 1 defeat. Last time out at Krasnodar, they came back from 2 goals down to win, and they played the entire second half with 1 man down as Navas was red carded, but they had the weapons to kill this Krasnodar side. This Krasnodar side, a decent one, not a bad, let's say that, I don't know, like the Europa League, some of the teams. Krasnodar deserve the Sporting Champions League. Unfortunately for them, this group is very tough for them. Chelsea and Sevilla are firing right now. They are scoring goals for fun. And even without Navas here, I think that Sevilla will fight for that first position, because again, I said how important this is. And I see an away win, of course, at 1.7, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a tough travel. Yes, of course. But the quality is there. impressive win against Celta Vigo built more confidence. The morale is at excellent levels. The team is well balanced with Ocampos, with the young Haddadi, Rakitic there, Juan Jordan. So I think that this Sevilla side have too much right now for a team like Krasnodar. Krasnodar, who probably will fight for that third position with Rennes, that third position that will book them Europa League knockout stage spot.
Okay, Tan, I don't think there's a more entertaining side throughout Europe. Maybe Chelsea on their day, but Sevilla, they know what they're doing. I don't think both teams score here.
I don't know about that. Sevilla are very solid, and they know to deliver. The odds on them to win away are particularly well. They are good. They are good. It's not gonna be easy, but 1.70 is absolutely good. Krasnodar didn't win. Sorry, Krasnodar won only 1 out of the last 7 games. And Sevilla are back on track after a troubled start. But why? Because they had much less time to rest than all the others, because they were playing until the 22nd of August, the Europa League final against Inter. They won 3 out of the last 4. It seems like there is a speculative situation between the upper 2, Chelsea and Sevilla, and the lower 2, Krasnodar and Rennes, with Rennes probably being in a worse situation. But yeah, Sevilla are quite focused. So 170 in Russia, maybe not the most entertaining game will be, but absolutely to take.
Yeah, I mean, and so Dell's saying, can the team please come up with score predictions? Wow, you don't want a winning prediction. You want to score as well. I'm going to go 2-0 for Sevilla, but I think both teams to score no and Sevilla to win 2-0. Let's move on. The other game in this group is Rennes at +450, +340 the draw, and Chelsea at -125. Now, it was -130, but now it's -125. Tan, this Chelsea side, they look like they were made for European football.
Yeah, indeed. And Rennes seems to have lost the touch that brought them last year in Champions League. Probably just too big to handle for them. Only 1 win in the last 8 games for them. Were opposite for Chelsea. They won 4 out of the last 5 games. It's very similar situation compared to Krasnodar and Sevilla. Just that probably Chelsea got more firepower, a bit more shaky than Sevilla in the back, but Rennes, they are really hanging on the performance of Camavinga, and then all the rest is difficult. When I saw that, it was, well, depends what you find, -125. Let's say it's the minimum good that you can pick, but it's another one, and that is what is telling the story of this group. Another situation that seems like, don't complicate, away win.
Yeah, I mean, and I look down and I say to myself, we want to do 3-team parlay. I'm thinking that the first 2 games, they give us 2 teams, Alex.
Yes, absolutely. Chelsea are on a good track right now. Also, Timo Werner's pace is absolutely brilliant. Ziyech with a lot of creativity there. Tammy Abraham scoring goals for fun. Also, Kai Havertz is back after testing negative for coronavirus, and he will probably feature this match. On the other side, what to say, that Rennes failed to find the back of the net in 4 of their last 5 matches, and 2 of them were Champions League games. This is why they are also sitting last in the standings in their group with 0 wins, just 1 point from that 1-1 draw against Krasnodar. 5 goals conceded in 3 matches. Chelsea taught them a lesson in the first leg, and they are ready to teach them another lesson in the second leg. It's difficult for me to see something else than an away win here with Chelsea and over 1.5 goals in the match here, because I really think that Chelsea might extend this brilliant scoring run. They scored, 6, 9, 16 goals in the last 5 matches across all competition. Huge. They're Their attacking firepower is excellent right now. And I think that this form will continue. I think that Chelsea look to be like a good contender for the Premier League title and maybe to enjoy a long season in Champions League too. So Chelsea and over 1.5 goals at 1.85.
Yeah, I might as well tell everyone now that I actually got Liverpool to win the Premier League at plus 175 on Friday. So I was over the moon to see that Man City got beat and then Liverpool come out with half a team and absolutely destroy Leicester. Now, this next game, I've put it in and I know it's lopsided, but I think there might be some value with maybe both teams to score over. And it's Dortmund minus 330. Draw plus 550 and Bruges a massive plus 1100. Alex, do you see both teams scoring?
Tough to say. In the reverse fixture, we've seen Dortmund with a clinical 3-0 win on the road. Dortmund very organized at the back. Don't even think about those 2 goals that they conceded against Hertha last weekend. And after that, they scored 5 with an absolute brilliant performance with that robot. Erling Haaland is a scoring machine. He's unbelievable. I think that we will not see him next year at Dortmund, to be honest. A lot of money will be spent on him in the summer. Maybe Real Madrid, maybe Premier League something. Yeah, maybe again to replace Danny Ings there.
Yeah. No, play alongside Danny Ings.
Oh, play alongside Danny Ings, then win the title. Okay, that will be fun, but I don't think that Southampton have right now 150 million pounds to spend on a guy like Erling Haaland. I think that it will be a home win for sure. I might think that I also think that Dortmund might even cover the -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.75 because again they are a team that will find the back of the net, easily. I want to see if, hopefully not, what will happen to Dortmund if, for example, Erling Haaland will miss 2 weeks. What will happen? They will score, whom will score, and so on. But still, they have young talents that are coming from the back, and I think that Dortmund will always deliver. So I think that it has really good value, this -1.5 at 1.75.
So that's -1.5, not just -1?
-1.5. No, -1 is at just 1.34. So very.
Oh, so that's,
yes,
I mean, you might as well double up with Haaland to score at any time. Tan, do you see that Dortmund get this job done, or is there a little banana skin there? Because Bruges are not bad.
Exactly. Bruges has shown that they are completely into Champions League. They can play the role of someone that is trying to ruin the predicted screenplay. And Borussia Dortmund had some moments of unreliability, I would say. So it's all up on whether if they will underestimate Bruges. But when I saw the odds on the peak on both teams to score, I said, let's go totally on that. Because Borussia Dortmund, we know that they are leaving those spaces. Well, obviously, the odds on Borussia Dortmund to win are too low to even to be considered, in my opinion. We know that Borussia Dortmund are leaving those transitions, those spaces. And Bruges have demonstrated that they are not sitting back and waiting to steal something. So it was good enough, both teams to score. Also, Alex was saying a lot of money will be spent on Haaland. On Haaland, we know exactly how much money will be spent, 75 million, because there is the release clause signed by Haaland and his agent with Borussia Dortmund. We don't know if it will be next summer or the following summer. 75 seems so cheap looking at the moment. It's not cheap. Well, we thank Manchester
How
United.
do you know that this will not change before summer? This might change even tomorrow if you think about it.
It's not changing because it's
Why
not?
not?
Because it's not in the interest of the player to change it.
It is not in the interest of what?
It's not in the interest of the player to change the release clause.
So now who is giving 75 millions will take him. So why not someone to take him in January?
Because
well, it's pointless because he won't be able to play in European competition.
But because the agreement is that he won't leave before next summer.
Oh, so the release clause becomes active at the end of the season.
Exactly. It starts to be active by the end of the season. And also, mind, because sometimes when people are talking about release clause, it sounds like it is kidnapping someone. You need to pay
let me ask you something.
You need to pay the release clause and the player to agree to join you. Because obviously the release clause, it is so low because Borussia Dortmund signed Holland for nothing, 30 million. But there was a reason why. Because the agent said, we come to you, but you put a lower release clause than it would be normal. And Borussia Dortmund was very happy to have this kind of player at least for 1 year and a half and at least to cash 45 million. Everything could happen. Could even happen, as Alex says, that they renegotiate. It just wouldn't make any sense because after 1 year and a half, we all look at Holland and we think he's top 5, top 6 center forward. Depends from the opinion, but those are the figures. But we feel that he belongs to the top 7 or 8 European clubs, which Borussia Dortmund is not, with all the due respect, but not in terms of budget. So Borussia Dortmund agreed with that because it says, okay, you come to me and we give you this release clause. Everything can happen, but wouldn't make any sense because if you then raise the clause, then the player is getting less in terms of the entrance fee that for sure Holland will get when he will change club. And if I know how market works, normally it's not negotiating.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he enjoys this, and I just hope that he stays fit. And then when he does,
this is the only question here. To stay fit, I wonder if he will stay fit till the end of the season. This is my only worry. And
well, he might pick up niggles. It's just career threatening. You don't want him to have.
If he stays fit, he can win even the Golden Boot at the end of the season if he continues like that, you know?
Yeah, sure. Quite possibly. But anyway, when he does move, I just hope that he enjoys the South Coast in England. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Kiev at plus 600, the draw plus 450, and Barcelona at minus 135. Tan, it looks like a bit of a trap because we know that Barcelona are going to Kiev without a whole host of stars.
First of all, it's obviously Messi that has not been called up because Koeman said we are in a smooth situation, comfortable situation in the group, so I'm going to rest him. Ansu Fati also is not going to be there, especially it won't be there Piqué, who is going to be injured for the next 2 months, probably at least. Also Sergio Roberto. Still, Barcelona can field...
Busquets, De Jong.
De Jong is also rested, yes. Still, Barcelona can field at least 14 players that can outplay Dynamo Kiev. But I think also that the concentration will be less. Barcelona has just slipped 12 points behind the top of the table in Liga, and never in the history of Liga someone that at this point of the season was 12 points behind was able to recover and win the league. So it is possible, it is very likely that they could be distracted. So in my opinion, also because the value on Barcelona to win are so low, in my opinion, the value here stays in both teams to score. Because we know also that Barcelona are conceding situations, conceding chances. Dynamo Kiev are not exactly an extraordinary team, let me say. But if someone is going there and is playing a bit distracted, it can happen. At least one goal they can score. So both teams to score.
Oh, I don't like that. And Barca goes with you as well, because Barca man, obviously he might be a little bit biased because of his name as well, but he's gone with Barca and both teams to score at 320, which is plus 220. Alex, I looked at this game and thought, this could quite possibly be a 0-0. I think that this is under 2.5 goals.
I think that not bringing Messi in Ukraine, I think it's a positive thing for Barcelona. Messi lately is not performing as he normally does, you know. I think that he's low on confidence. I think that Even his mood is not okay. Against Atletico Madrid, he was very, very poor. I don't know. He lost a lot of balls. He lost important balls, and it's not on him to do that. He was easily in the past taking out players one-on-one. Right now, I don't think that in 90 minutes he managed to do this 2 times. But it's showing us that at the end of the season, he will leave. This is what I believe. I think that the boys will step up their game. Griezmann, Dembele there, Coutinho. I think that they will step up their game. Pjanic also, and I think that Barcelona have all the necessary weapons to beat a Dynamo Kiev side, who, let's not forget, that they are missing a lot of players too, due to COVID. Also, Mircea Lucescu declared yesterday, okay, Messi will not come, it's no problem. We have Tsigankov, our top striker, and 2 free midfielders, 2 free at the back missing. So it's not like Dynamo Kiev can feature their best starting 11. So at 1.71, I think that the value is on Barcelona, but I would rather see the lineups before jumping on this bet.
Yeah, I think, as I said to you earlier, this is like must not lose, because if they just go to Kiev, they get a point, then they're happy because it just goes on top of their total. I'm just wondering, it might be an in-play bet for me, because it might be, let's see if they're at it. But I think both teams to score, no. I mean, I can see this possibly being a 0-0, 1-0, job done, move on. Okay, Juve at -1,010. Plus 1150 for the draw. Ferencvaros at plus 3,300, by the way. So, Tan, just to fly through it, Juve win the game. Do they win it to nil? Do they win it at -1.5? How do they win the game?
-1.5 is very good. The handicap of 2 goals, actually.
Okay. It's 1.29.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 1 point.
Shall we just move on then? Shall we just move on, Alex?
Yeah, the handicap of 2 goals. Handicap of 2 goals is perfect. Juventus to win with handicap of 2 goals was 1.75, 1.80, and it's still good. Mind they won largely
2.5. That means to win by 3 goals, right?
By 3 goals, winning at least 3-0. Yes, exactly. And
1.84,
at least with 3 goals gap. And,
okay, you think they'll score 3 times, Tan?
Pardon?
You think they'll score 3 goals, Juve?
I think it will end with at least a 3 goals gap. That's for sure.
You know what?
They don't have any Rivaldo like the one that was wearing this shirt of the centenary of Barcelona, but they have the Cristiano Ronaldo, so it's good enough. And he's eager to find those goals. He cares so much about those records. He's eager to find those easy goals in Europe. He's only 19 goals short to reach the all-time record of Pelé official goals scored. So he's looking forward for this game, incredibly.
Alex, can you trust Juve to score 3?
Yeah, on their own. If you want to do a combo on this game, I don't know the odds right now, but Juve halftime, full-time, to score 3 goals on their own, and Cristiano Ronaldo anytime goal scorer. Something like that on this match. I think that the odds should be around 2.83.
Okay, well, I'll stay with you then, Alex, because we're going to a side and a game where I cannot quite believe the price, and I had to look twice. It's Lazio at -105, plus 330 the draw, and Zenit at plus 425. Why are Lazio -105? Alex, is it a trap?
It's not -105 anymore. It's around 1.7, 1.72. So it's because Milinkovic-Savic is injured and is ill, basically, and he's not playing this game. But rather, on top of that, Zenit are a decent side, so I think that the price is normal at 1.72. I think that Lazio, despite playing very good and in the first leg and dominating the match and having lots of opportunity to close it and to add 3 more points to their tally. They failed to win away in Russia. I think it's time for them to bounce back after that win. They played a very difficult match against Crotone in that 2-0 win. It was like a polo type of game. It was not like a football game. The weather conditions were awful. I don't understand how the referee kept on going, because the ball was stopping on water every time that they were passing between them in front of goal also. So it was not a game to be played. But magically, Lazio turned good and won 2-0 with Immobile, anytime goal scorer there, and Correa closing with Immobile offering an assist there. So again, I see a match dominated by Lazio, and Lazio to win, and over 1.5 goals in the match at 2.0.
Well, that's massive, that, Tam, because I look at Lazio. I think Lazio, Chelsea, Sevilla might be the free team parlay. What do you think?
Chelsea, Sevilla for sure. Lazio, yes, I go with you.
Okay.
Look, they are very solid mentally, very, very solid. What they did in Crotone was that was a trap. That was a trap.
Yes.
Was very difficult to play. The only way to play was with long balls, because obviously the ball was almost high balls was almost not going on the pitch. And they actually started risking to concede a goal, and that is one of those games where if you concede a goal, you risk not to come back from that. And they stay together. They didn't lose mind. Immobile scored a very nice goal, even very nice, on a normal pitch. Imagine on that. But most of all, what we are learning week in, week out is that Lazio solidity, mental solidity, is absolutely their main asset. Milinkovic-Savic is still with coronavirus. Luis Felipe, one of the three starting defenders today, recovered from coronavirus, so he might be available if he will train this afternoon to play tomorrow. They showed already this solidity against Zenit in the first leg when they recovered. They drew at the very last minutes, and I think they want to close winning at home now the forms to qualify to round of 16. So with that 1.70, Lazio to take.
Okay, now the next game I cannot go anywhere near, even though I believe the home side have great value and they'd normally be a lot shorter. PSG at -150, plus 375 the draw, and Leipzig at plus 450. Tan?
That is one of those stats. To be honest, I believe in Paris Saint-Germain to win, because they can't stumble more. But for that reason, they are against a wall, and look, losing this game or not winning this game could mean not qualifying to round of 16. Could mean that. So imagine with which attitude they are entering this game, with which mindset. Still, the odds, it's true that they are high for Paris Saint-Germain being at home, but maybe too low considering how difficult will be this game. So I go with Paris Saint-Germain to win, but it's not part of my top picks, because anyway, the year is possibly one of the two biggest threats of this round.
Alex, Leipzig, could they not get turned over like they did at Old Trafford? Because their big problem is having no recognised striker. They don't have that threat, so they have to overcommit from midfield. Now, if there's one team you don't really want to overcommit, because I think that they're ordinary PSG, but they want that space in behind, because the one thing they have in abundance is pace.
They have a huge pace, absolutely. And with Mbappe and Neymar both in front of goal, I think that they can do big damage.
Will they both play?
Yes, they will both play. But the problem is, if Tan was talking about Lazio's mental solidity, here we are talking about the lack of mental solidity when it comes to PSG, you know. So you don't know what to expect from them week in and week out. This is the problem. You can't read them anymore. I don't think that Leipzig will lose by more than 1 goal difference. I mean, Lazio plus 1.5 at 1.65 right now. I think that is the value bet here. I don't know, anything can happen in this match, so I would rather stay away from I consider it a trap, but not a trap like PSG will not win. A trap like it's very difficult to find value.
Yeah, and the big problem is you can't trust PSG. I mean, obviously, you have them big stars that will come to the fore because it's getting later on in the stages and it's a must-win situation. But again, it's one of those. I think there's there's lower hanging fruit, as it were. There's 169 of you watching, only 52 thumbs up, so that's under 33%. So if you'd be so kind, as I know you're enjoying the show, but just press the thumbs up and make it go blue. It shows a bit of appreciation to the boys. I mean, I've even seen 2 thumbs down. I don't mind thumbs down either. Next game, Gladbach at -185 plus 370 to draw. Shakhtar plus 550. Alex, Gladbach just absolutely walked through Shakhtar after the first 3 minutes of the game in Donetsk. Do you think we get a repeat?
No. This will never repeat very soon. I think that Shakhtar are much better than that. They immediately bounced back, beating Dynamo Kiev in their domestic league 3-0 on the road, which is important because that is the clash of their domestic league. It's like Barcelona and Real Madrid, from Ukraine. After that, this weekend, they played a 1-1 draw, but they played most of the match with one man down, with the Moraes down. On the other side, Gladbach, very disappointing against Augsburg, just a draw, 1-1 draw there. We said the international break will do us damage, but we still went strong on that. We don't have international break for 4 months, so it's time to make some profit till that time. I think that this is a very tough group for every single team in this group. I mean, after 3 games, we have Gladbach, Shakhtar, Real, Inter in this order in this group. And imagine that Real and Inter, or Inter and Real, will play between them. So whoever wins this match might have a huge chance to qualify further in the competition. So I think it's do or die. I don't think that even Gladbach will be very happy with the draw, because the draw will not solve the problem here. So I think that it will be a Alex classic type of game, both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals at around 1.9, but it's not part of my topics.
No, Tan, it's a game I just got to leave alone because I just can't have the mental attitude or the I don't know what the word is really, the application to go out and perform because they got done 6 at home.
But still, the odds on home win, on Gladbach to win, were the minimum decent enough to be picked. It's part of my top 5 because when I saw yesterday it was 1.55. When I saw that, I said, wow, whether someone is getting overconfident with Shakhtar or maybe they are thinking that it was just a random night in Ukraine. It won't be the same game, obviously. It won't be the same game. But it's just too juicy, the chance for Mönchengladbach there. It's just too juicy. And so when I saw that home win, and I don't look back from that. Let's not forget that Mönchengladbach are being extremely reliable this season in Bundesliga. And so there is a pattern in this. It's not like it was a random night. The way they played against Inter, against Real Madrid, there is a pattern. So it would be very strange to see now them slip away this chance from the Rennes. So Gladbach to win, and it's part of my top picks. Let me say a couple of things. Thanking Manchester is Red, that is saying Tan and Alex the best duo. Thank you. And Musti, that is also saying that you Flash are his grandpa from a different mother. But he's also saying, he's also asking me to turn his £500 into 5,000 in this weekend. It's a do or die for him. If it is a do or die, don't do it. Never put yourself in such a situation if it is a do or die.
Also, to answer to Musti, he is saying SBR should refund all the what he said, should refund all the bankers that they didn't came in. I think that first of all, you Musti should send to our bank account some money from the past that you won, and after that, we'll refund you also the bankers that.
And the big thing is,
tough,
and the big
Alex.
thing is, my banker came in Premier League. I made money in Premier League this weekend. I went 2-1, and only Gladbach drawing in that late goal stopped my free team parlay. Granada, my banker, did let us down in La Liga.
You know what happened?
But you should be on Milan.
In Serie A and Bundesliga, because you request from us to send you the tips one day before. And I gave you the tips. And after 2-3 hours, I said to you, okay, replace those bankers with 2 other bankers. And the ones that I originally sent you, they came in. Isn't that true?
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. But that don't help anyone. Okay, Tan, Atletico minus 400, plus 600 to draw. Locomotive plus 1,800. I mean, they were lucky, Atletico. The game should have been 0-0 at the weekend against Barca. But listen, they took their chance. They got 1-0 up, and then the game was over.
Yeah, that is never luck. If it's happening once, it's luck. If it's happening twice.
No, but the way they got the goal. I mean, what is he doing? You can't legislate for goalkeepers come running 50 yards out of their goal and just leaving it wide open. And there's another few questions I'd like to have answered, or at least questioned. Is the Man City goalkeeper coming out into no man's land and Son just only having to beat the keeper? He stays at home on his 6-yard box. Son don't score. Man City don't go 1 down. And Spurs then don't lock up. And by the way, how organised did they look, by the way? But let's get back to this game. Atletico minus 400. They beat Locomotive. But where is the value?
Well, but see, in the 2 examples you mentioned, there is some connection between Simeone and Mourinho, between how Atletico and Tottenham are waiting for their chance, which doesn't mean parking the bus. It's not like black or white football, but means like making the most of opponent mistakes and being there ready when they are doing mistakes. It's always a virtue. It's never if it's happening more than 2 times, is not a coincidence. And this Atletico is building week by week a different mentality. Well, maybe the mentality is the same. A different way to stay on the pitch. This is not like Simeone's team 3 years ago. The kind of players are different. And even the way to play is slightly different. Not completely, but slightly different. They have been risking at the beginning of the season in the European campaign, but they saved their back. And now they are on track. I even made a rhyme. I don't see Locomotive to find a way in this. And the value, in my opinion, is on Atletico being ahead half-time and full-time. It is approximately on 1.75, 1.80, and I think it's as good as it gets.
Okay, what about win to nil, which is obvious? Is that going to be massively odds on, is it, Alex?
This is exactly what I wanted to talk about. I think that Atletico Madrid, who, by the way, are La Liga winner material this season, and I don't think that are La Liga winner material.
Oh, material, okay. Don't start tipping them up when I've got a massive plus 6,600 treble on Madrid winning.
On Madrid, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, I think that you are spot on with that Atletico Madrid win to nil bet in this match.
Okay, excellent. Move on then. Let's have a look at Bayern. We said Haaland to score at any time, Lukaku to score at any time, Immobile to score at any time, and Lewandowski to score at any time. And the one time in 3 years he doesn't score, then it kills us. Okay, it's Bayern minus 450, the draw plus 700, and Salzburg at plus 1,200. Alex, are we looking at both teams to score? And will Lewandowski get back with over 1 goal?
It's in 3 games, 12 goals scored in the process. I think
that's no good when we wanted him to score at the weekend. The only good in the last game.
This game screams over, but come on, even over 3.5 is priced at 1.5. So I would rather play the under 4.5 at 1.72 than over 3.5 at 1.5. But again, there is no value in this Bayern Munich's matches, right? And we talked we talked last weekend, And look what they did, Look what they did. I don't know. They normally score a lot of goals. And also Salzburg are the type of team that are scoring goals for fun. But Salzburg lately, I don't know, three defeats in 5 matches, only 1 win against Tyrol in their domestic league. They don't look good right now. It should be a home win for sure, and Bayern Munich will keep that Champions League winning streak on green, But I don't know. It's hard to find the value in these Bayern matches.
Listen, don't force it. There's plenty of other games. I've just put all the games up there apart from maybe a couple that are absolute cakewalks. Tan, can you find any value in the Bayern-Salzburg game?
Both teams to score, definitely. I saw that Barca man in chat was suggesting Bayern to win and both teams to score. Both teams to score, definitely. Bayern, first of all, they have put their Champions League campaign in a way that they don't have to enter this being overstressed. At the same time, Salzburg needs absolutely points to still keep alive their ambition, which is probably after this game will be over. But this means that they will go out and play their game. And we know that when Bayern are facing this kind of teams, normally they always win, but they also give some couple of reasons to joy and celebrate. So it's good value enough, not big, but good value enough for both teams to score to pick it.
Yeah, I mean, both teams to score, I thought would be very good. Now, listen, I don't mind.
Very good what? Odds? No, the odds are very, very low on both teams to score.
It's 1.55, if I'm not mistaken.
What, for both teams to score?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it would have been a lot higher than that. I think that Bayern would just strangle this game. I didn't think it'd be a wide open game because Bayern would just do what they do. Now, the next game is probably the game of the week. I've got a firm look on this, so I'll probably go in the opposite direction. We've got Inter at plus 135, the draw plus 285, and Real Madrid at plus 230. I'll start with you then, Tam, because it's Inter at home, plus 135. I think they do a job on Real Madrid here.
It could be. Game of the week, as the setting here behind is saying, Inter Real Madrid. Real Madrid is back to San Siro after 21 years. Unbelievable to think it is in that way. 22 years. And the attitude, how they enter in this game is very, very peculiar, both of them. Let's analyze. This is the game that deserves the analysis. Inter are against the wall even more than Paris Saint-Germain because they know they probably won't have any more chances if they let slip this away, because they know that on the other side, probably Mönchengladbach will win. And also, they don't have the confidence that at least Paris Saint-Germain is getting from their domestic league. They still keep conceding almost 100% of the chances converting to goals that they concede, which is unbelievable. But they still bag so many goals. They scored 20 in the first 8 games of this season in Serie A. And it was 22 years exactly since the last time they scored so many goals in the first 8 games. The first season of the Brazilian phenomenon Ronaldo at Inter. For this game, they need to play as they haven't played almost in any game of this season, except in Madrid, where they had personality, where they had football, and they had character, they had temper. They only missed a bit of attention by the end when they considered their third goals. Real Madrid, most of everything above, we could say, they are going to miss Sergio Ramos. That is the alpha and the omega, because Sergio Ramos, we know, is the chief of the Knights, of the Warriors of Real Madrid when they go out there. And by himself, he is able to raise the level of defense, but also of all the team around. It's still not clear whether if Benzema will recover on time. But I believe that in the end, Zidane will risk a bit and will play him because he really can't cope without both Sergio Ramos and Benzema. But when there is Sergio Ramos there in the middle, Real Madrid are always a different thing. Also Spain, actually. Zidane knows that this will happen. so we'll be particularly careful. So we will see a Real Madrid particularly defending, backtracking, and waiting for the chances that Inter, for sure, will concede. But I'm saying that these, more than everything else, is just so important for Inter that for once I want to believe. So it is 70% of prediction and 30% of believing that they can't fail these two. Because if they fail these two, the whole season of Inter can change. Also in the league. And some consequences, not in short term, but some consequences can come even about deciding for who will sit on the bench, whether it's Conte or Allegri. So it's just too important, and the odds on Inter to win are extremely good. So Inter to win. Just saying that later in the day, you will find on Sportsbook Review webpage a longer in-depth analysis article on this game and on Champions League.
Alex, is this a case where if Inter lose, then that's probably curtains for them?
Doesn't matter whom loses. They will be with one leg out of the Champions League knockout stages. Imagine Real Madrid and PSG not to play the knockout stages in the Champions League this season. Only imagine this, you know. Okay, still 3 rounds, but I don't know. In case Gladbach and Shakhtar decide to pull off a draw match in this one and Inter wins, I don't see Real Madrid very good. And given the fact that Benzema is questionable and they will have to play with Mariano in front there in the attack, that is I don't know how reliable is Mariano. I still think that Real Madrid can find the back of the net, because Inter are just one of those teams that are conceding goal after goal after goal, you know. So I think that the Alex Classic is the only play on the cards here at 1.8. Yes, I'm thinking that Inter have a real good chance to show that it's not only about Lukaku, it's not only about Sanchez and Lukaku there. By the way, Eriksen is leaving this winter. I don't know. Maybe Tancredi has more stuff for us.
Yeah, but that's for another show. Okay, let's move on. Liverpool minus 135, plus 360 the draw, and Atalanta at plus 480. Alex, Atalanta, your team, that we said that they'd blown a gasket a few weeks ago. We still went with them this weekend, and they look like they've blown a gasket.
Yeah, they seem tired. They seem like something is affecting them. Exactly like that. They seem tired. Normally they are scoring goals for fun, right? And in the last couple of matches, they failed to find the back of the net. It's unbelievable what is happening right now. Not to score against Spezia. Zapata last goal was 1 month ago. Luis Muriel is injured and doubtful for this match. Miranchuk also is the key, but let's see. Malinovsky is out with an injury. On the other side, we have Liverpool. Yes, I know that they are missing a lot of players. Joe Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, Salah. But what they did against Leicester was pure magic. You know, Fabinho at the back with Matip. Milner played a beautiful game, and in front that Diogo Jota is like he's part of Liverpool for the last 3 years. This is how he's playing. Firmino is back when you need him. Mane is is coming also at the back, helping the back line in important parts of the game. So I mean, they are playing. It's like on when you are on war, you know, and a guy dies next to you, so you will fight with more force, you know. So they are playing for the injured ones, you know. So this is what I think, that the odds on Liverpool right now on their turf against Atalanta at 1.7, there is a banker material. I will not have a banker for this Champions League, but this is a banker material.
Yeah, especially when they put them to the sword so heavily in Atalanta last time. Tan, are we expecting a repeat? Or do you think Atalanta playing away from home, able to hit them on the break, might put up a bit of a better showing, and the plus 480 might look decent odds after the event, even if you went with a handicap or even double chance?
Well, first of all, breaking news, because Salah is negative, so he will play against Atalanta, and this is heavy on Atalanta's shoulders. As Alex was mentioning, they seem tired at Atalanta, but I would say it's more mentally tired.
Yes.
When we were previewing Spezia Atalanta, I said I see for this game or a 0-0 or a lot of goals scored. I picked a lot of goals scored, and I was wrong. In at least reading the game, I was right, because I said Atalanta, they are not accustomed to have the stress to deliver and to have the stress to cope with the two competitions plus the international break and all the players traveling. You can see them that they are really under pressure, under an unusual pressure for them. And it's not like in Liverpool, they will get out of this. You need some brain carelessness to go out there, get rid of those problems, and get there. Most of all, against Spezia, Papu Gomez was giving one of his worst performance in the last months. Ilicic still has not recovered. And those two players, more than all, are the ones that are addressing the way Atalanta is playing.
And you can see also you said about the mental problems. You can see that the international break and the tough losses of Colombia is in the head of Duvan Zapata and Luis Muriel. Is in their head. Those heavy defeats and the traveling.
For sure.
Yes.
The traveling for sure, and they are not accustomed to live this life. 1.75 on Liverpool to win is, mamma mia, skyrocket.
Okay, and just before we go on to the last game, I've got Poll versus saying, what about Man United, Man City, and Ajax? All three of them win. That's our analysis. They win. All right. Last game, Marseille. Okay. Go on, Tan.
No, I just wanted to say. I just wanted to say that I have it. I just can shout what are my predictions on that. Manchester United to win with handicap, Manchester City to be ahead half-time and full-time, and what was the third one? Ajax to win with handicap as well.
Exactly, as I said to you, all three win. That's why we're not doing it.
You can do a treble: City, Manchester United, and Ajax at even money. All three of them.
There you go. That's why I said all three win. Okay, Marseille plus 190, the draw plus 230, and Porto at plus 180. Now, I don't see the away side getting beat, Alex.
I don't know. Marseille are very, very poor this season in the Champions League.
Well, that's why I said I don't see the away side getting beat.
Yeah, but I don't know. You can take them with the draw no bet option. I think that probably this is how you should go at 1.84. It's tough. Maybe they will draw and you will lose their money if you bet directly on a straight win. Even Olympiacos Pireu managed to win against Marseille this season in Champions League, and 0 goals scored in 3 matches in this group is very bad for such a decent side. Marseille are not a bad side, but the French sides always with problems in the best competition in Europe.
Tan, you like Porto? You normally wear their shirt. Do you see that them draw no bet is the way to go, or just a straight Porto win?
Well, I was part of the fans of Porto officially, so imagine not only wearing the shirt, but see, exactly because Marseille, definitely need to find themselves, but actually are getting better. They are getting better, and they scored. It's unusual that they scored 0 so far. It's not like they will be able to overturn this completely, but it's just too unusual. And I think they will play better against Porto. If I have to find value on this, considering how unreliable Marseille are, I would say both teams to score. Probably Porto to ship away a result, but I would say both teams to score. Exactly because they have to pull a bit more of a performance. Marseille, mind also Andre Villas-Boas playing against his past, against whom he didn't really departed in a perfect way, as everywhere basically on the Villas-Boas is departing. So I see a bit more of a performance for Marseille. Maybe not good enough, but both teams to score.
Okay, let's put up the selections, please, Fab. Let's see what the boys have gone for there, Alex. And listen, these are quite mirrored, so that gives you a bit of strength. And obviously, I'll go through the three-team parlay as well. But Alex has gone for Sevilla at -130. Chelsea -130. You can get -125 in the place. Lazio at -115. Liverpool -130. And Inter and Real, Alex Classic at -125. Tan's picks: Inter at +135, Mönchengladbach at -180, Liverpool -130, Chelsea -130, and Sevilla at -130. Now, if you look down on Tan's picks and Alex's picks, we are going to go with Lazio, Chelsea, and Sevilla as the three-team parlay. Now, we've got everyone's watching. So happy to over 200 live watching. So if you can press the thumbs up on your way out. Good luck over the next couple of days. In 2 hours time, we have the Europa League show. Have you got like wind or something, Alex?
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to close everyone.
Do you want to wait till I stop talking before you start talking over me?
Yeah, I know that I will let you the last one to speak, because like that is a professional to leave you the last one. Outstanding. Manchester is Red is asking the difference between draw no bet and draw double chance. Draw no bet, you take your money back in case of a draw. If they win, you win. Draw double chance, you win in both conditions. Draw and win.
Yeah, Claudio says, any bankers? I would say that Lazio, Chelsea, Sevilla, they are your bankers because at them prices. That's why we're sticking them in a parlay, Claudio. Listen, everyone, 197 watching, 87 thumbs up. See if we can get that to 100 before
We even gave the odds on those 3 games that were not listed.
Who cares, Tan?
You know, I'm saying...
Who cares?
I'm endorsing
You've had an hour to talk about.
I'm endorsing the fact to arrive to 100 thumbs up. You know what, Flash? Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
Thank you.
I was waiting for you.
Alex actually gave the odds. If you were listening, Alex gave the odds.
I was saying, as we were nice enough to give the odds, so put the thumbs up to get until 100.
Have I got to apologise?
I mean, listen till the end, Mr. Flash, if you want something. Otherwise, go.
Like,
Are you that Flash?
I apologise
in all the things of your life?
Tan, I apologise. I wake up with your voice in my ears. Okay, I apologise that I didn't let you finish. And thank you very much for promoting the thumbs up, okay? That'll be the last time I apologise to you this season.
I believe you will give me more chances. Let me thank, by the way, Royal Blood that is thanking for my advice on Verona and Milan, and Dennis Ndope for the advice on Werder. And we are at 93 thumbs up. Only 7 missing. Come on, 7. We are 30 seconds by the end. 7 missing. Come on, do it.
Yeah, there'll be less than 30 seconds, I promise you. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that we'll notify you. So if you have subscribed, you're going to get a notification saying that the Europa League will be along in just under 2 hours' time with Alex and Martin Musti. We love you. Don't worry about it. Listen, you're not trolling. You've got an opinion. You put your money down. That's good enough for us. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Tan. We'll see you again very soon. Plenty coming up here on SBR.
And NCAAB show coming in 30 minutes. First show of the season, NCAAB, with a three-man wave.
Funnily enough, Alex, I was just about to say that when I said and so much more coming up. Get rid of them.
That 101 thumbs up. 101 thumbs up. Done.
See you later.